Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final race of the season 8 in Corner Roblox League. I should be joined by Bacons, I think, in the commentary box, and we have what looks to be a full 20 cars, 19 cars, ready to battle it out in killer mode. So this race will be very good because currently we have 6 drivers looking to take E2 in the championship. The only exception is, never mind, they're all here. All 6 drivers. We have Beast, Black, Chirpy, DSF, Mercedes, and Lepre, all within 12 points of each other and all able to take second place in the championship. Fortunately, they are all here. So let's see what comes out of that. As we see the drivers start to make their way through the field. Currently in first, we have QMX for the Kazakh Racing Squad, followed behind Going Me Chris and Spencer Rooney. Some names who I haven't exactly heard before. They might be new to the best of my knowledge, I'm not sure, but we will see. So we see QMX just round the final corner, ready to start their lap. Let's see what they can do. I'm aware that there are some other drivers on the lap already. For example, we have Chirpy Birds going purple in Sector 1 already. Purple in Sector 2, as I say that as well. Looking strong for Chirpy. Looking to take second place in the championship. The drivers seem to be making it around the track fairly clean. Lots of traffic coming into the third sector that might hinder some drivers. But hopefully they're able to get round and get a good lap. So the Chirpy should be the first cross the line, my mistake. He sets a 33.9, which is a very good lap. Much quicker than some of the Division 1 drivers yesterday. So it's very positive. Behind him, Rise, Black, Ponsby, Beast, and a few other drivers over a second behind. XR, the championship leader, 2.8 seconds off. He must have had it off somewhere. It's really, really important for him. Behind him, we have some drivers finishing their laps as well. For example, we have Spencer Rooney and Burnley Chris. As all the drivers begin to make their way out of the pit lane for their second lap, hoping to improve and get further towards the front of the field. Spencer Rooney coming up to the line. He goes second place with 3/10 off. That is a fantastic lap for him. Really positive. Not something that I would have expected. Going me Chris, 10th place, 1.4 seconds off the lead. So we're about half of the qualifying done already. We have a very wide gap between first and 12th, 2.8 seconds. That should transpire for some large gaps in the race, I'd say. Maybe the leading pack pulling away like we saw yesterday in Division 1. The bot markers wrapping it out for the minor points positions at the end of the race. We'll see. As we have all the drivers near the front of the field starting their second laps. The first of whom I believe is Black Serpent. I could be wrong about that. Rise is ahead of them. Let's go on board with Rise here, taking it very clean through Sector 1. Looks very fast to me. goes green, so it's an improvement. Very good. Into the second sector now. He goes wide, unlucky. Drivers behind him, Consti, black, all red in the first sector as well. Very negative. Although we do have some drivers that are going green behind him, Crack Dev and Beast, for example. Other than that, a few drivers who were not able to complete their first lap have completed their first laps now. As we see, I believe Lepre jump up into third place. Very positive lap. My mistake, that's Mercedes into fourth. Several drivers improving behind. Crack Dev and Beast both go in purple. Beast abandoning his lap, unluckily. 3 minutes to go. The pressure is on. As it stands, Sherpy puts himself in the best position to take second place in the championship, followed by his contenders Lepre in third and Mercedes in fourth, with other contenders such as Black and Beast and DSF very far behind. So unfortunately, there's not much going on the track at the minute. Lots of drivers having just completed their laps now on their out laps. Not much to report on at the moment. A few drivers near the back of the field making mistakes, not improving their laps. As we see Spencer Rooney now in third place, looking to get further towards the front as XR goes second, jumps all the way up from the bottom. Very good for him. Looking to get another victory here and extend his championship lead, which stands at 116 points. And Spencer Rooney goes a little bit wide, but he's through very cleanly. But he is red, as are several other drivers behind him, such as Lepre and Alco. Coming into sector 2, looking pretty good. Nice and clean through there. Onto the straight, gets the corner right, and he puts his foot flat to the floor, looking to get the best lap time possible. Behind him, DSF double green, Beast green as well. DSF and Beast are really looking to get towards the front of the field here to have a chance at P2 in the championship, as Spencer Rooney does improve his middle sector. Coming into the third sector now. It looks very positive, although his sector 1 might hold him back. He takes it very nice, very nice. And he now comes towards the end of his lap. As we see DSF now cross the line. Where does he go? 6th place, crucial. Good lap from him. And now Spencer Rooney, also for Dentley Continental, coming up to the line. No improvement, and he will not be able to set another lap. Behind him, we have Beast double green. We have Rise. Looking to improve his lap. He comes up to the line. He stays where he is. Beast now coming towards the end of his lap. Double green. Currently in 14th for a really bad position. Trying to see if he can make his way near the front of the field. Let's see what he can do. Rounding the final corner. Very nice. Looks to be a really strong lap. And he comes up to the line. Beast. He goes 5th place. Crucial. And he continues his way on for another lap. Mercedes, 6th place. No improvement there for him. As we see several drivers now not coming back out again, because it is now the end of the session. 7 seconds to go. Behind him we have Italy on the lap. We have Crack Dev on the lap. Crack Dev coming into the final corner. Running a little bit wide. 1 green, 1 red. Let's see what he can get to place. 8th. Midfield, it's respectable. It's alright. Mercedes and Lepre, the only people improving behind him now. Both in very good positions to try to challenge for the lead of the race. As I say that, Lepre unfortunately does go wide. Mercedes just on the back straight, powering down to the end. 16 Rise, double red, comes up to finish his qualifying. Currently in 9th place. Let's see where he goes. He's not able to improve, stays in 9th place as Lepre abandons, and that is qualifying done. Chirpy on pole, putting himself in the best position to take P2 in the championship. As all the drivers now line up on the grids for the final time in Season 8. I hate to say it. The majority of the drivers going on the hard compound at the moment. We see some soft runners towards the back. As I say that, they all switch to hard. Looks like everyone will be starting on the hard tires. So hopefully that doesn't devolve into a boring race. Anyway, lights out for the final time in Season 8. Here we go. Everyone gets off the line well. Chirpy leads from XR. Let's see if anyone goes wide into the first corner. Looks like everyone's made it through nice and tidy. Chirpy holds on to his lead through there. As they're all very close behind him, coming up into the end of Sector 1. Everyone's taking it nice and tidy through there as well. As I say that, I think Black Serpent's gone wide towards the back. 16 Rise getting the purple sector, having a good start as they make their way into Sector 2. Now, XR and Chirpy both pulling away from Lepre in 3rd place. As they extend their advantage, we have several packs forming already. We have Lepre all the way down to Crackdev and 10th down to 18th, a pack forming there, while Chirpy and XR start to storm off into the lead, closely followed by the pack behind. And it is the purple sector that goes to Beast, having a fantastic start from his starting position, as XR goes wide, the championship leader, starting in 2nd place, I believe, falling away from Chirpy, allowing the rest of the pack to catch up. So coming into the end of the lap is Chirpy leading from Beast, from Lepre. All three of them trying to challenge for P2 in the championship at the moment as Lepre goes wide towards the back. It's into the first lap. Further back we have Black Serpent, we have DSF and Mercedes further back, not having a good chance to get P2 at the moment, as we see 16 Rise take the fastest lap in 6th place.
Hello.
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 I'm finally joined by someone else in the commentary box. It's Code Bacons. Welcome.
Yes. I spent a couple minutes looking for my mic, but we are back.
We're back. Fantastic. What do you make of qualifying?
I thought it was a really good lap by Chirpy. Obviously XR was his closest one, but he's all the way down in P8 now, so Chirpy really has a lot of an advantage as he has a lot of pace right now.
He has a lot of pace. Unfortunately, though, he's followed by Lepre and Beast, both not letting go of Chirpy. Swiftly followed by Mercedes, and the top 4 do seem to be pulling away from the pack behind. As I say that, I think Mercedes has made a mistake further back. He's dropped back from the leading 3 now. So the top 4 all challenging for P2 in the championship, as XR falls even further down the field, further back.
Yep, as they are going to cross the line. Who will get the fastest lap here? Right now it's Chirpy, but we'll see as all the cars come across the line, and looks like Chirpy is going to retain that fastest lap of the race. So without slipstream or anything, he's showing a lot of good pace.
That's true, especially like you said with no slipstream, really testament to his pace, as I think Lepre has had a mistake, now falling away from the leading 2, leaving Beast and Chirpy to pull away in front. As we see a large slipstream train form behind.
Oh, Chirpy made a mistake!
Chirpy made a
Chirpy might
mistake.
have made a mistake. Yep, I know he's gonna drop all the way down to P3. Beast, watch out for Beast has taken the lead of the race.
Watch out for Beast. He's doing it. In first place, although he has no slipstream and it leaves him really, really vulnerable to the cars behind.
Watch the gap that P2 and P that separates P2 and P1 down that straightaway. You can gain a lot of tenths through that long back straightaway.
That's true. As you see, Crackdev have two green sectors looking to be hopefully on a charge, trying to get out of the midfield and into the leading pack, along with Mercedes at the moment currently 1 second behind third place, as they do seem to be catching up to Beast up front very slowly.
Yep,
And as I say that,
right
Crackdev
there.
does take the fastest lap away from Chirpy by 2 tenths.
Lap by Crackdev. He's still within the range of the leading pack, but of course he's going to have that dirty air and he's going to have to make sure he keeps his car clean as Mercedes makes a corner cut. He's gonna fall back now behind Crackdev. He doesn't lose a lot of time. He's very fortunate to not get a harsher corner cut, but he's going to have to regroup.
And must add as well, it looks like Lepri's had yet another mistake, now dropping away from the leading two, although he's still within slipstream range.
As he goes wide there, that's a corner you don't want to go wide at, especially with a long straightaway coming up.
He loses a lot of speed through the straight and he allows the pack with Mercedes, GSF, XR and Spencer all to catch up to the back of him. Maybe losing his advantage out in front and falling away from the leaders.
As Chirpy has caught Beastman again, he's looked to recover from that corner cut the previous lap, and now he's attacking Beastman for the lead of the race. They're gonna go into the double right-hander. Beastman takes a really shallow line compared to Chirpy, but Chirpy looks to have a better corner on the second right-hander. It's gonna be a run all.
Two green sectors, by the way, sorry for cutting in. He does not get the fastest lap. As they're wheel to wheel, quite literally through the first corner. And they do definitely seem to be pulling away from the pack behind them.
Yep. As Lepre, oh, he goes wide again.
Goes wide again. He cannot afford to make these mistakes if he wants to get P2 in the championship.
There's a separation between P3 and P4. DSF has moved up to P4. He missed a lot of races during the second half of the season, but fortunately he showed up for the last race of the season, and he's having a pretty solid performance.
I must say as well, adding on to that, DSF hasn't raced since round 6, I believe, so very lucky to make an appearance for the final race. As I say that, two green sectors at the minute. Looks to be holding on. Let's see if he can make any difference, as Lepre does seem, luckily for him, to be catching up to the lead pack. And obviously Lepre needing the points from this race the most, being the furthest back out of the 6 with 85 points.
Yeah, Beastman looks to be struggling a little bit. Lepre's been catching him throughout this lap, and he's been losing a little bit of touch with Chirpy. But the three cars are still really close together, so if they can keep in touch with each other, come the pit window, it's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out. Another thing I will want to do is I want to look at everyone's different lines through this right-hander bar rain corner. I noticed that some drivers like to take a really shallow line on the entry, but others like to take a really wide line right against the green area. And that obviously is really helping them with the corner exit, so it's a really interesting corner, one of the most interesting on the calendar.
One of the most crucial corners as well. Obviously, a corner that is pretty much just before a long straight. You really do not want to mess up there. One thing that really surprises me is how big the train is currently behind the leading pack. Um, I would say from fourth all the way down to 16th, just one massive train full of all these drivers hanging on, waiting for one of the leaders to make a massive mistake.
Yep, as we see Mercedes and 16 Rice trying to get back to Kragdev. DSF has dropped down a little bit to Kragdev. He was right behind him a little bit, but now he's losing a little bit of touch. So we'll see if he can get back up.
As that happens, first, second, and third, Electric Beast and Chirpy, wheel to wheel. Yet again, coming up to the corner we were talking about the previous lap. Chirpy taking a wider line, Ledbury going much more shallower and having the better exit, giving him an advantage coming up to the straight.
Kragdev says he did the T-jerk, but I don't know what that means. He's still retaining position, so I think it's just over exaggeration.
I think he refers to what TJ did yesterday. Yeah, as man 15 points out in the chat, going wide. I'm not sure if that was what cost him the win yesterday. I'm not too sure about that one.
Yep. It's a really big fight for P4 right now. I think it's almost from P4 to P11 as they're separated within 2 seconds.
What I'm trying to work out is who would get second place at the minute. Despite Lepre leading, he is currently 12 points behind Beastman in the championship. I really do at this point in the race think that Beast will get second place in the championship.
Yeah, I think if Lepre wins this race, he's gonna have to hope that Beast and Chirpy fall into the clutches of the rest of the pack from P4 to P11 and lose some positions.
Of course. The leading three,
But
though, do seem to be constantly pulling away from the pack behind. Used to be 2 seconds, now it's 3.4.
Yeah, the pack behind is gonna have to find something. They're gonna have to hope that one of these cars make a mistake. Because Beastman, look at the different lines. Beastman was diving into that corner while Lepre was focusing a lot on the corner exit speed. So this track is yeah, this track is really notorious for different lines. Oh, I think Chirpy might have made a small, very small mistake. He was leading, but now he's down to P3. But he's still gonna stay in that slipstream range.
That's true.
Meanwhile, 16 Rise. I don't know if you guys been noticed. Oh, someone goes wide.
That's Black Serpent very wide in the background there.
Yeah, but as I was saying, 16 Rise is catching this group. The gap between P3 and P4 was around 3 seconds, but 16 Rise is shrunken that down to 2.4 now.
Pulling away from the gap behind, now only 2 seconds to the leaders. He seems to really have found some pace, and now is using it to his advantage to pull away from the pack behind.
Yeah, he's pulling away from the big train behind. It's a fight between DSF, XR, Black Serpent, Leo, and Spencer, and Mercedes too. So it is a real, it's a hornet's nest behind 16 Rise, and I'm sure he's really glad to get out of that.
16 Rise, obviously a person with lots of experience in FRL. 12th place in the Division 2 standings, having only done 2 races. Obviously one in Buenos Aires and I believe top 5 in New Jersey, does have a really strong chance of getting inside the top 10 of this championship.
He's
That's
also a he's also a podium sitter in both the BAE and Nagoya 125 events.
a very good driver. He should never be underestimated as he begins, unfortunately, to both pull closer to the pack in front and to the pack behind. They all seem to be catching up to the leaders now. We are now
DSF,
approaching half distance, by the way. I just wanted to add.
yeah. We're gonna be able to see the pit stops coming up very soon. Looks like Lepre has been leading this pack for quite a while now. I think it's been 2 laps without him being overtaken once, so he's showing a lot of good pace right now at the end of this tire stint.
All their the leading pack's advantage could come crashing down should they mess up in the pit stops. Obviously, there's a large pack of about 10 drivers behind, just waiting to swoop in at any given opportunity. As Crack Dev retires from the race from 11th place, that's very unfortunate to see.
Yeah, we're getting a report that he hit the wall and he got a puncture and he had to limp his way back to the pits. So that is really unfortunate.
Well, it reminds me of Kevin Magnussen. That's very unlucky.
Yeah. Anyways, looks like 16 Rice has lost a little bit to the top 3.
Looks like
He's
he's fallen
still not
fast
too...
now.
I do think he can get back up if he does an undercut or something, but obviously he's trying to get into that slipstream to be in the fight.
See all the drivers, every single one, are luckily on hard tires. Probably not going to stop until after halfway in the race. They don't want to red their tires too early. And while the undercut is powerful, they could get caught out in the end of their stint. As I think
Yeah,
Chirpy has made a mistake.
yeah,
1
Chirpy
second
made a
behind.
mistake, and how does this affect the slipstream and dirty air for the pack behind? They're about 2 seconds behind, but if they get in that 1.5 range, I'm pretty positive that they have the pace to get back up to the leaders.
One really good push from the pack behind, and we could see this 3-way battle for the lead turn into an 8-way battle for the lead, 9 ways. Could be really interesting to watch. Obviously, all the drivers in this pack.
Behind the 2 drivers, Leo and Black Serpent are trying to get back up. They are leading the 3rd train behind 16 Rise and XR. As we are coming up to the beginning of lap 12 this time by. Once we hit I think it's gonna be once we start the back straightaway that is going to be the halfway point of the race. Lepre, he's showing a lot of good pace right now. I don't think I've seen the other drivers be able to take the lead away from him throughout these last few laps, so despite the long... Oh, as I say that,
Oh,
2 drivers make a mistake!
And Beast
Lepre and
just sails
Chirpy.
all fast.
Yep. Let's see the gap between these 2 and the pack behind.
Looks like it
Looks
stayed
like
the same, 2.1 seconds.
2.1 is a couple tenths from the slipstream as he misses the corner completely.
So once it was
Beast
Lepre
managed...
with the advantage, and now it's Beast now pulling away into the lead of the race.
Yep. If Beast has clear air, he can go full push without any concerns for any adjustments to his braking behind the car. And he can set his eyes on winning his 2nd race of the season. but I'm sure Lepre and Chirpy aren't gonna let him get away that easily, as well as the cars in the second train.
It's all very close, and I really do hope that something does happen to the leaders in the pit stop, so it's much more interesting with the addition of the pack behind fighting for the lead. As we say that, Mercedes and some, I think it's just Mercedes. He has gone for a risky
Mercedes is
undercut.
in.
Obviously, I do believe he will go to the mediums as he does so.
He does.
Although he has 13 laps to do on this medium tire, more than on his hard tire. Let's hope he has a really, really good outlap here. Obviously behind Leon as well. From 18th and last into the pits as well. Not having the best of races at the minute. I think going to go onto the mediums as well. As Lepre makes a huge mistake up front, by the way, 1.2
Oh,
seconds
Lepre.
away. We've just missed that. He's close.
This is going to be huge for the second pack.
The pack behind is in slipstream range. Oh no, this has thrown everything out of the window.
Yep, as now the 3-car battle has potentially turned into 7 cars.
Lepre is now closer to the pack behind than he is to the pack in front. This has blown the race possibly wide open as the midfield pack behind now has slipstream and they can now get up to the lead. And I really do expect to see some people dive into the pits now. Let's see.
Looks like no one of the leading group pits.
Like no one's taking it for the moment. I'm really interested to see if Mercedes can grab the fastest lap without the slipstream on those medium tires. Going me, Chris, pitting
Chris
and
is in.
Bogt from 13th and 14th. I'd assume they're both going to pit onto the mediums. That's right. So between 1st and 7th place, no one is separated by over a second now. So say that Lepre is now, he's falling back. And DSF, another championship contender for P2, now getting drawn into the leading pack.
Yep, so this completely opens the door to DSF now, as Lepre still has a slipstream of the top 2 and DSF has a slipstream of Lepre, so this race has definitely come alive.
Definitely come alive as we are now really approaching the pit window. And they're really gonna have to make their move before they get undercut by some of the drivers behind. Let's see.
Yep, let's see who's gonna pit.
Coming round the final corner again. Is anyone going to dive into the pits? Chirpy, Beast.
We're in.
I think everyone's going to follow them in.
Everyone's coming in.
Everyone follows
DSF, Lepre, Leo, Drive.
As let's see if anyone.
Surely they're gonna go onto the medium tires.
We do want to have a look now as everyone boxes onto the mediums as expected. How far up has Mercedes gotten? 2 laps old, taking the fastest lap.
And he's gonna take the lead, maybe.
I think it's going to be close.
Let's see.
He's got onto the
really
leading
close.
pack, although he has 2 more lap old tires. So
he's gonna have the tire temperature. So let's see. Looks like he's just gonna get behind P3.
Looks like Lepre is now falling away completely. 1.2 seconds from them and the pack behind. If one of the lead drivers makes a mistake, then that's it, and everyone's in the battle for the lead. So this last 10 laps should be really, really fun.
Yep, DSF is still in striking range of the leading pack. So is Lepre and the others. And crucially, XR has fallen out of that second train. He is 2.5 seconds behind them. So the
really
world
lucky.
champion, the
Really
world
lucky
champion.
ROBLOX out.
Oh, Beast! What
Beast!
happened?
Beast is
I don't know if you
wide!
guys saw, but he completely missed the corner.
Beast.
Beast completely missed the corner, there, and he's gonna
No!
fall all the way
No!
down behind the train.
It really pains me to say this, but I think Beast might have just fallen out of contention for P2 in the championship.
Not over yet.
No!
There's still 10 laps to go, and he's still at less than 3 seconds behind the leader. But it is a Max GP 1-2 right now.
Things you'd really love to see. As I just said in chat, at the minute, Trophy would be P2, beating both Black and Beast in the championship as a result of their of Beast's mistake there. That is so unfortunate to see. As crucially, the midfield pack is now catching up, and Chirpy doesn't seem able to run away. These last 9 laps could be really close.
Yeah, but Mercedes and Leopard are gonna get that massive slipstream. It's 9/10 at the beginning of the straightaway. Chirpy's trying to break it. It's 7/10 now. Going into the braking zone, it gets down to roughly 7/10. So it is a lot of time gain with the slipstream down the straightaway, which is definitely going to be critical. As let's take a look at who will get the fastest lap point. Right now it's held by Mercedes, but these
ESF
drivers on new
has a lot of
mediums.
slipstream.
Yep.
Plus next to 2.
Oh, DSF! I don't know if you guys saw, but he lagged a little.
He lagged a little
But he
bit. We
still
knew
takes
he
the
was
fastest
likely
lap.
before the race as well. Obviously, the switching of the servers doesn't seem to have worked for him. Spencer Rooney in 11th place, taking the fastest lap.
Yep,
As we
good for
see
Spencer Rooney.
now what looks to be a 6-way fight for the lead of the race. So I'm trying to work out the standings at the minute. Chirpy taking 3 points for their qualifying lap, going pole position. Without the race, he is actually 1 point ahead of Beast in the standings, 98 to 97. Obviously helped a lot by his performance in the race now. Looks to be set to take 2nd place at the minute.
Yep, Chirpy lost his lead now as Lepre is right behind the gearbox. It is 6 cars right behind Lepre. This race has really come alive.
7 cars, it looks like. It looks like Beast could come back. Don't count Beast out. As
Yep.
Spencer
Oh,
Rooney.
Spencer!
Spencer's
Spencer is
out.
disconnected.
As Black Serpent massively falls behind the pack. And I hate to say it, but I think their chances for P2 in the championship are over.
It's SERP over.
Seven laps to go in Season 8. The final race of the season, I hate to say.
Yep, it'll be really interesting to see how long the off season will be, as the season 7 off season was, I think, the longest off season in FRL. We will have to see if we'll have to see if this off season will beat it or it'll be shorter.
ESF falling down the order, I must say. Unlucky for him, but looks to have made a mistake now behind Beast and Rise, who are struggling themselves. Looks like it's between Lepre and Chirpy again, as Cold Dude disconnects 17th place. Unlucky.
Yep. We're getting to that. Oh,
Chirpy!
Chirpy!
Oh.
Oh, he's back.
Okay.
We're about to get another disconnection.
That could have been crucial. I don't know who would win the
Um,
championship if he would have disconnected there or come second place, rather.
Mercedes is doing a good job holding on slightly worn tires. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you think this could be a contender for race of the season?
Definitely, because this race has had a lot of moments, a lot of navigating through dirty air, and while a lot of cars are close together fighting for the win, this doesn't seem like one of those races like Gisborne or Nagoya where everyone's within like half a tenth. This actually seems like drivers have to work through traffic and dirty air, and they have to find their way to the front to maintain that clean air.
Definitely. And I think it's even better that 5 of the 6 drivers fighting for second place are currently fighting for the lead. Unlike the Division 1 race yesterday, where it's just PJ and Manpifting fighting for the leads of the drivers. And obviously a bunch of other drivers who weren't going to win it with them as well. So I think I like this one more, as we see Lepre and Chirpy pull an even bigger gap over the pack behind.
Yep. Mercedes might get overtaken by Beast and Leoparder for that final podium position. This has been a pretty good run for DSF, who hasn't raced in a few months. I think,
Round
and
6.
considering he was up there with the leaders, he he should give himself an applause.
Yeah,
I
very good
really think he
performance.
could have been fighting with XR if he did not disconnect. I mean, if he did not have things going on during the second half of the season. Also, this might be Leo's first podium of the season if he can hang on. This is an absolutely incredible race by him as well. So
That
him
is
and
good.
DSF are having great races.
No podium so far. That is correct. I think Chirpy's got one. Lepre's got one. Mercedes has got one. Beast won. Very nice. So does Rise.
Both.
I think Leo is the only person in this top 9 that has no podiums this season. I think it would be really good to see him on.
Yep, as looks like there's a little bit of separation now going on between um a couple cars. Leo's trying to catch back up. He will have to go through the dirty air. He has coming to the line 5 laps to go. So it's absolutely not over yet.
Coming into the last 5 laps of the race, lap 21 out of 25, is Ledbury and Chirpy as it was at the start of the race, wheel to wheel. Obviously without Beast, going wide earlier. As we see now, 7 cars.
Lepre, what happened? Lepre, he's slow.
Ledbury's slow.
What happened to Lepre?
As is DSF, by the way, at the same time. Lepre and DSF. Oh no.
Yep, Lepre lost so much time.
DSF's chances of second place are pretty much almost gone now, as we say what we were saying before about him.
Yep.
Chirpy now just storms away. 1 second in the lead. Wow.
I think he can break the salute train from Leo. But we'll have to see, obviously. No one's really out of it yet, of the top 6. But Chirpy, obviously, I think he and Lepre have been the 2 best drivers this entire race, and it'll be really hard to beat. As Beast, after that really bad mistake in the hairpin of Sector 3, he's back into P4 and he's looking to complete the charge and win this race.
4 laps to go. Anything can happen. Absolutely anything. as it now turns into a 6-car way for the lead. Leo, dare I say, could win, and I would love to see it. I would absolutely love that.
Yeah, definitely will be good. What is this his first race of the season? I don't think I remember him racing.
Leo,
Yeah.
this is his 6th race, judging by this spreadsheet.
Oh, okay.
Further back, by the way, Baddocks, purple sector 1 with no slipstream, maybe
Yep.
getting the fastest lap. I'd be surprised if he did. It'd be really cool to see.
Oh, he's speeding. He's gonna go again, I think.
He's trying to go for the fastest lap. Hopefully, not trying to get in the way of the leaders or anything. But the story's the same. It's Chirpy, followed by Leo, and then 1 second behind. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, all trying to get into the action for the lead of the race. So we now come up to the final 3 laps here at Kirkland.
Yep. Leo has closed that gap now. Yep, Leopard made another mistake. He might be out of it, but Beast has also won wide, so I don't think there's gonna be enough laps to catch the top 2 or the drivers in P3 and back. So it looks like it's going to be a straight dogfight between Chirpy and Leo all the way to the finish line. Leo has to get up to Chirpy's gearbox if he wants to have a chance.
Leo has only
Let's ride on board with Leo.
He has 1 chance of taking glory and 1 chance only, and this is it. Can he seize his moment?
Yep.
As further behind, it's 2 seconds behind now. It looks like it's either they're pulling away or the backmarkers now have made a mistake, which means that Chirpy will almost definitely become P2 in the driver's stand.
RX is coming into the pits.
RX pits. More drivers looking to take the fastest lap at the end of the race. Pulling a
Daniel Ricciardo. But I don't think Leo has won in quite a while. I think it's been since season 6, maybe, in the Rookie Cup. I believe so, but other than that, it's been a really long time since he's won, and if he can pull it together here, then I'm sure it would be something special. 2 drivers, off of pure pace, no slipstream. Last 2 laps of the race. Can Leo do it, or will it be Chirpy?
We're coming up to the penultimate lap of season 8, and it is reminding me of Abu Dhabi 2021. Leopardo just 5 tenths behind coming up to the line. Chirpy has a good first corner, so does Leo. Both fighting their way through and pulling away from the gap behind. 3 tenths. He is really closing in now.
1 mistake, and that could be the difference between these 2 drivers. As Chirpy goes wide, Leo's gonna get closer.
Leo's getting the advantage. He's got the slipstream coming up into the corner. He
sends it.
It's a dive bomb.
I don't think that helped.
I think it would help if there was collisions in this game, but unfortunately there isn't. He's still sat 3 tenths behind.
Add collisions, season 9. He's gonna get a huge slipstream down the back straightaway.
Just 1.5 laps to go now. And it is Leo.
Yep.
Following Chirpy, 1 tenth difference.
This is the last moment of this season. It's been a really up and down season, and it all comes down to this.
He's right behind. They're neck and neck.
If Chirpy can keep it clean, he will get P2 in the championship. As we have a lapped car ahead. Who is that?
Looks like it's Badokt.
It's Baruch. How will this affect these 2 drivers?
Badokt jeopardizing the...
This is probably going to help Chirpy because he's ahead. This is it. The white flag of this race.
The final lap of season 8 is underway.
Leo takes the lead into turn 1.
We're being impeded by Baduk, but it's all right. Leo
Oh,
swings into
Chirpy!
the lead.
Chirpy! He goes wide.
He's wise.
Leo leads.
5 attempts ahead now for Leo as Baduk gets out of the way. Being trying to get the fastest lap. Not going to happen anymore.
Yep.
But
Into
lap
the Bahrain
before,
corner.
coming down into the straight. It's 1 corner to go, obviously. I can't tell. It's neck and neck. We'll
Yeah,
know
this
in
is
a
gonna
minute's
be
time.
really close. And arriving on the scene is Baruch, who is
But
definitely not a lap down. Can Baruch win this race?
oh, he
Oh,
got
and he's
kicked, I
gone.
think. Oh,
He's
he's gone.
gone. But Leo, he leads the race, followed by Chirpy. Chirpy's gonna have that slipstream. It all comes down to 1 sector left in the FRL season.
They're neck and neck. 4 attempts separated. Leo has the advantage. Chirpy will take P2 in the standings, but Leo is holding on, possibly take his first win in years, God knows.
Yeah, years into
Round the
the last
final corner, they both take it clean.
He's gonna do it.
It's
He's
Leo with
gonna
the
do it.
advantage.
He's
It
gonna
has the
do
gap.
it.
Up to the
He's
line
done
now.
it.
Leo's done
Leo's
it.
gonna win.
He wins in
He's
Gillibar.
done it.
And
He
Chirpy behind.
wins.
He takes P2.
He wins.
He wins. What a race.
Chirpy's gonna take home P2 in the championship, but he's also gonna finish P2 in this race. As it's gonna be a close battle, as Alp is gonna edge out for that battle. And we're gonna have the last drivers come across the line. These are the very last moments in season 8.
What a way to finish the season off. I wouldn't have it any other way. I would argue that is one of the best laps, or best laps and best race we've had all season round. And it's happened at the very end as Leon and RX come up to the line. And
Oh, Leon is slowing down. Is RX gonna get him? He does.
they're slowing down.
As
And that's
RX
it.
is gonna pass him.
Season
And
8
that is going to end
is over.
this season.
Wow.
What a race.
What a race.
What a race. At one point we had 10 drivers fighting for the win, but it was off of pure pace, which was something you obviously want to see.
That was fantastic. Well,
All right.
before we finish, who is your driver of the day?
I think it has to be Leo or Beast. Beast had a really good recovery after that mistake.
I'd say
But
it's
Leo had an incredible race.
I'd say it's Leo. Really, not one of the drivers you'd expect coming into the start of this race to actually take the win, especially away from Chirpy, who's had a commanding drive all the way through. So, yeah, he's my driver of the day, and I really do hate to see it, but that is now the end of season 8. Also, we have the awards ceremony coming up next in a few weeks' time. So until then, thank you for watching all the races this season. Hopefully they've been enjoyable to watch. Thank you to Bacon for joining me in the commentary box today.
Yep.
And to Man15 for streaming as well. That was season 8.